Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thankful of Allah, let's give us the opportunity to attend this presentation. Right, this presentation will talk about point of view. Alright, we are from the group 4 and our members are Luluk Ul Mukarromah, Nariza, Titis, Masayu, Rita Wahyuni, Moh Alfian Habibulloh, Salim, and the last is Zalsabilla, Laily, Noverita. Alright, next, our member will talk about this topic. Let's see our presentation.
Alright, thanks. I'm Zalsabilla Noverita. We'll explain about point of view. Point of view is utilized as a literary device to indicate the angle or perspective from which a story is told. Essentially, point of view refers to the eyes of the narrative voice that determine the position or angle of vision from which the story is being relayed. Point of view is one of the most crucial choices made by fiction writers since it governs the reader's access to the story and determines how much the reader is able to know at any given moment with regards to what is taking place in the narrative. The next is all about the narrator. Point of view is only referring to the narrator's point of. You can only look at the narration to determine point of view. Words in dialogue do not count.
Next is talking about 3 points of view. They are divided into a 3. There are a first person, a second person, and a third person. For the first is a first person point of view. The narrator or author is in the stories and refers to him or herself. A narrator or author will use words like I, me, we, us, our, my, and the other. And for examples from a Percy Jackson's, look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. If you're reading this because you think you might be one, my advice is close this book right now. Believe whatever lie your mom or dad taught you about your birth and try to lead a normal life. My name is Percy Jackson. I'm 12 years old. Until a few months ago, I was a boarding student at BNC Academy, a private school for troubled kids in upstate New York. Am I a troubled kid? Yeah, you could say that. Okay, from that paragraph, we know that the first point of view narrator will use words like my. In part, my name is Percy Jackson, and use I. In part, look, I didn't want to be half-part. Using I again in part, am I a troubled kid? Okay, the next presentation will be presented by Rita.
Second person point of view. The second person is almost never used in literature. The second person is when the narrator says you and put the reader directly into the story. Example from judanko.com. There is darkness everywhere. A small amount of light is radiating from the half moon floating in the sky overhead. There are no stars. It is cold and humid. You look around you and find your friends gone, and you are completely alone. But the narrator says you a lot in the Percy Jackson example. See, if you are reading this because you think you might be one, my advice is close this book right now. Believe whatever lie your mom or dad told you about your birth, and try to lead a normal life. Is it true? Percy does talk to the reader sometimes, but Percy is still the one narrating the story, so it is still in his first-person perspective.
Third-person book. In third-person book, the narrator is telling story about other people. Narrator will use words like she, he, him, her, they, them, their, and character names. There are types of third-person narrator. First, omniscient. 2. Limited. 3. Objective. Omniscient narrator. A narrator who knows everything that needs to be known about the character and event in the story, and who has privileged access to characters, thought, feelings, and motives. This narrator never needs to say maybe or perhaps a character feels something. They always know.
Limited narrator. A narrator who is confined to what is experienced, thought, or felt by a single character, or at most a limited number of characters. They do not seem to be sure of what every character is feeling. And the last is objective narrator. This narrator can only tell you what can be seen or heard. They cannot know anyone's thought or feeling. We are all objective observers. We can tell others what we see or hear, and we can guess at someone's thought, but we cannot know what they are thinking unless they tell us.
Okay, that is our presentation about point of view. So if there are any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And thank you for your attention. Wassalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.